I was like bringing up my nunchucks for these videos. I just got these on Amazon one day. No real motivation other than just me being me. Anyway, we're about to get into the new CJ the Champ Shredder trials. Now this Shredder personally is the one I grew up with. Which, I mean, I was like 7 when 2012 came out. I haven't seen any Ninja Turtle version earlier than like the movie that came out like 2007. Like I haven't seen 1980 or the 90s movies or the 2003 version. Even though I wanted to, I guess I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll react to them all one day, but who knows. But hey, about to get into this. Shredder's a generational hater, which, if you've seen the show, you know what's about to go down. This man literally is... No, he's probably gonna mention it in the video, so let's just get into this. Yeah.
Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
So for her punishment, you think he would just ground her or spank her or something? No. He decided
threw her in mutagen.
Over a giant pit of mutagen. No, bro, I've seen enough.
Diabolical.
Congratulations, you 4 out of and you too, you deadbeat trifling ass son of a bitch. I finally found a worse dad than y'all, bro. Holy God. Oh, even Tiger Claw was like, man.
Yeah, like this
kid is crazy.
Like even your henchmen are like, bro, this is too much. You doing too much, bro.
Isn't that right, my precious honey bun? Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the final trial of the Shredder. And the last challenger has approached to be judged for that superb round table status. And my God,
let's get it.
It is time for one of the greatest haters of all time. And I mean this with no exaggeration.
I mean, I'm never going to go into saying what this man did because of how much I think he's going to say.
It is none other than the 2012 Shredder. So y'all already know how this goes down. The evidence is all
man hates
ready
Splinter
to be
almost as much as Reverse Flash hates Barry.
It is time for the finale of the Shredder trials. Exhibit A.
Okay, which thing is going to mention right here?
I now present to you Exhibit A, the genesis of hatred. Now, as we know with these trials,
talk about like the burning down his old house,
from the mass murdering alien to the demon that rose from hell. But now we are finally dealing with the human. But that doesn't exempt him from doing some crazy ass shit, because this Shredder is known for being the hating ass nigga. Now, to understand why this man is the way he is, it only feels right to start back all the way at the beginning. So many years ago, the Foot Clan got completely washed by the Hamato clan, and their leader, Oroku Kaiji, was killed. So the only person who was left alive was a baby whose name was none other than Oroku Saki. So the leader of the Hamato clan decided to adopt him and raised him with his other son, Hamato Yoshi, aka Master Splinter. So these boys grew up as the best of friends.
Like one of the best Splinters in my opinion.
They've been served in the damn
If not the best Splinter.
These boys posted up in Nam. I know nobody was fucking with this squad. And these boys was tight. Brothers for life, ride or die. But something happened that completely destroyed their relationship. And it was none other than a female. Oh yeah, these like boys did not follow bro.
Oh man, like dang it, the amount of times that we as guys just like it all ends over one woman.
Code. This is a bad shorty named Tang Shin came in their life, and these niggas was horny. They was fighting and competing for her ass every day. Shredder stayed talking shit, saying, "You think Tang Shin want your sorry ass? Nah, she need a real nigga like me." All that shit you be talking and you won't even lay the pipe on the bitch. And over time, their relationship just got worse. So at first, Tang Shin dated Saki, but she broke up with that nigga and left him for Yoshi. So Yoshi got up in them cheeks and they ended up having a baby and got married. So Saki let jealousy get the best of him. He could not
and this
take
is where
this
the hating
L.
begins.
He hated this nigga Yoshi. Couldn't even stand being in the same room with the nigga. Every single chance they got, they started fighting each other. Sparring sessions turned into full-blown scrap fest. Even their dad was fed up. He was like, "The hell is wrong with you niggas? All of this fighting over what? Coochie?" But guess what?
Yes.
Their dad's lecture didn't even work. Cause later that night, Shredder started dirty macking. He went up to Tang Shin and told her, "Tang Shin, you looking beautiful as hell today. I know you with that bum ass nigga Yoshi, but hear me out, baby. I want you back, and I don't wanna be no side nigga. I wanna be your main nigga." And Tang Shin is not innocent in this situation. She was entertaining this nigga over here smiling and shit. Like, bitch, you're married. You have a kid in your hands right now. What is you doing? And guess what? Yoshi was watching this whole thing, and he was just disgusted. So on one very fateful night, Saki figured out the truth about his entire backstory, how his adopted dad killed his actual dad and destroyed his whole clan. So he plotted to destroy the entire Hamato clan. So later that night, he approached Yoshi and Tang Shin. So he asked Tang Shin, he says, "Shin, I'll ask your fine ass one last time. Be with a real nigga." But Tang Shin told him, "No. Side nigga applications are closed." So these boys were about to fight to the death over some coochie. Absolutely ridiculous. So they start fighting to the death and destroying the whole damn house while doing it. And while they was fighting, Yoshi started talking to him and saying, "You're doing all this bullshit for some ass, nigga? Quit your yapping. You know damn well that you can handle all that ass." So the fight started heating up. Literally,
Call this
Saki
man
hit a
freaking
candle
Reed
and the
Richards from
house
Marvel
lit on fire.
Rivals.
And the whole fight, Saki was just applying pressure while Yoshi was on the back foot. Look at this, bro tripped him and just tried to repeatedly stab this man's
bro's like
guts
legit
out.
on some
He was
Wolverine
not
type
playing about
bitch right
murdering
now.
his brother. So while the fight continued, an absolute tragedy was about to happen. Saki ended up disarming Yoshi and was about to kill him. But Tang Shin comes in and tries to stop him, and she gets cut down by Saki, dying instantly. So Saki tried to run to her, but debris ended up falling on him and burning his face.
Yeah,
he got
that's
turned
what
into
you
Darth
get.
Vader without the mask.
Playing
And this
some
was
games.
just awful. First of all, we got arson for burning down the house. You murdered the only girl that you love while
then
trying
child
to
abduction.
kill your brother. And they don't say this, but it's implied that their dad, Hamato Yuta, died in that house fire. So you also killed your adopted father. But if you didn't think this could get any more f***ed up,
Child abduction.
boy, let me tell you. After he leaves the burning house, screaming in agony, he ends up finding their baby. And him thinking Yoshi is dead as well, he says, "If I can't have Tang Shin, then I'll take your daughter, nigga." So he kidnaps his daughter and raises her as his own to be a foot assassin. And his daughter was none other than Karai. And he kept on telling her every day, "You know the man who ruined our family, daughter? It was that vile man, Hamato Yoshi. He killed your mother."
And the craziest thing is, this man Shredder, this man is like psychologically messed up because he wholeheartedly has manipulated himself into believing he's victimless in this entire thing. Like this man is like the most victimizing person I've ever seen in my life.
That Splinter killed her mom, and he has trained
this man murdered his
hate
whole
him.
family and stole his kid, and he still somehow thinks he's the victim.
Thinking, when I get my hands on that rat ass nigga, I'ma kill his ass. Not knowing that the man that actually killed your mother is your so-called father. The Shredder Trials.
Jesus Christ.
Exhibit B.
Okay, which exhibit is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Exhibit
He's gotta
B.
mention the killing of Splinter, right?
We haven't heard this term
He's gotta mention the black hole thing.
Time. Not
I
since
swear if
that
he doesn't,
zesty ass hating ass. But it's only fair to bring it back with this Play-Doh faced bastard right here. So now we're fast forwarding to present day. So on the national news, they broadcasted a story that said there were ninjas in New York, and the police discovered a ninja star that was from the Turtles, and it had the Hamato clan symbol on it. So guess who was conveniently watching that newscast that day?
The bro went from like Japan to New York.
Shredder. He saw this shit.
He traveled across the world to seek a fade.
After 15 long years, Mr. Steelio Bitch finally decides to show his rat ass face. Prepare my private jet.
Roger, roger. So just off of a hunch that Splinter was alive, this nigga flew from Japan all the way to New York.
Actually, I didn't think of that. What if it was just another random ninja from back then? He really sent a whole jet over there for the chance that it was him. Like, that's the funny thing about this.
Just to confirm his suspicion. So at first he sent Bradford and Zever to investigate, but they obviously failed. And I swear, bro, he was so pissed off at these niggas. He looked at them and said,
how hard can it be to find a giant ass rat in New York? And you come to me and tell me that you got your ass beat by nigga turtles. Fucking boot.
Oh no, not this one too.
The fuck are you laughing for, nigga? I should have left your black ass in prison where I found you, boy.
Shredder is not beating the allegations anytime soon. So now it is time for us to observe the first confrontation. Now, out of all the Shredders, this one is the Smoke Demon. He doesn't jump like Utrom, and he doesn't have bailout sorcery like Tengu. He's just gonna one-on-one dog walk your ass. So late one night, the Turtles were celebrating their victory, thinking shit was sweet, until they heard this man yell in the distance.
Nigga Turtles!
Actually, that is true. Unlike most Shredders, this one does not like. This one prefers the 1v1s over anything. Like, he may have henchmen over there, but when the Turtles are there, none of the other henchmen like take priority. Like, this man really does value his 1v1s for the most part.
Where is that rat?
Holy Jesus.
And this fight was just pure brutality.
Bro.
These boys got dog walked. Raphael came in first to immediately
They only got like a few good hits in.
Kicked into this big ass sign, electrocuting his ass. Then here come Donatello, sorry ass. Bro grabbed his staff, pumped him in his eyes, then backhanded his ass. Told his ass, night, night, nigga. So then Michelangelo tried to chain him up, but he yanks the chain and kicks this man all the way off the roof. So then Leonardo came in, got thrown. Donatello tries to hit him, but his staff cracks in half. And he just looks at him like,
you serious, my brother?
So he throws them into each other. Then he speed blitzes them and diagnoses them with CTE. These boys were cooked. So then he grabs Leo, slams him on the wall, and told him,
tell me what Splinter is and I promise I'll let you live long enough to watch him die.
And the crazy thing is, at this point, he still doesn't know that they are in any way correlated with Splinter. Like, it really still could be a different guy that's had the Hamato Yoshi thing. So literally, if they did not know Splinter, there's nothing they could have. They had no like bargaining chip, because he cannot confirm that the two are connected at this point in time in the story.
But right before he was about to kill bro, he got distracted.
They didn't even mention his name
Zever
while they were out there.
Bradford, and he looked back over, and they was out of there. They ain't waste no time to dip. And I ain't about to waste time either. Time to put them charges on that ass. Child abuse ×4. Attempted murder ×4. Assault and battery ×4. And let me not forget, animal abuse ×4. Yep, Peter called and said we can't let that get away with that shit. And just off of that, that's 16 charges, nigga. And he beat their ass so bad, he pulled a slave. He started beating their ass in their dreams.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Francis put up some great facts that I overlooked as like a child. I mean, I've rewatched this show a few times since childhood, but I'd never thought of like that. This man really was slave, beefing with 15-year-olds over some stuff he got in his own life.
That CTE hit them like a train. So Shredder's main goal was to kill Splinter because he wanted this nigga in the dirt because he stole his bitch. And he was going to do it by any means necessary. Take for example, he sent his so-called daughter to beat the shit out of April O'Neil in a dark alley. I mean, dog, she put her on a wall and put her in a whole wall combo. Bitch could not move. She did not know her frame data. Then look at her walking.
Put her in some freaking Mortal Kombat wall stuff.
And get that ass knocked out.
What type of Bane
Child
move was that?
endangerment, my nigga. I'm hitting your ass with that.
Child
Your daughter to go
endangerment.
beat the shit out of an innocent little girl just because she had connections to Splinter. Oh yeah, and then he kidnapped her just to lure Splinter out of hiding. So late one night, Splinter went to go save April just to see that it was a hologram. Because Shredder,
I like how they added in the animation of the hologram smirking at him.
Lord have mercy. Like, dog, this man just sold a child to a war-hungry alien race just to lure Splinter out so he could get his get back. So then this man started laughing in the background like,
you know how long I've been waiting for this?
And then still got dogs.
I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Like he tried this whole dramatic pull up and still lost.
These boys are about to have the run back. So these boys start scrapping, and Shredder hits him with the mean electric wing god fist. But it got to the point in this fight where Splinter just asked him, nigga, what the f is wrong with you? You can't be this mad at me, your own brother, over a shorty. But this is when Shredder hit Splinter with the bombshell. He told him,
you took the baddest bitch I ever knew from me. So I took
like, bro, that was more than 40 years ago.
Left. Your daughter, nigga.
This man Splinter was shook. He thought his daughter died in that house fire all those years ago. But as we know, she didn't. Shredder kidnapped her and raised her as his own daughter. So after Splinter heard this revelation, he couldn't do shit. The controller disconnected. Shredder just started whooping his ass. Hits him with another electric one god fist. But with an inch of health left, Splinter finally awoke that dog in him that would be in any man's heart if they ever fought another nigga that did some shit to him like this. He started whooping that big metal ass, beating that ass with that wing chop.
Just start scratching him
Across the room. So right when he was about to kill this man, Karai came in and stopped him. And it didn't take long. He looked at her once and he just instantly knew that was his daughter. And he just could
He keeps using the B-movie clips. It's hilarious.
We just see the damage Shredder has caused with his manipulation over the years. He told Karai,
do you see that man, daughter? That is Hamato Yoshi. The man who killed your mother.
Is this nigga serious? Get out!
Sick bastard. That's all I could say. So she started snapping at Splinter. She told him, Daddy told me what you did to my mom, so I'm gonna kill your rat stinky ass. This motherfucker's just laughing behind him. Oh my God, he's terrible. So she ran at him and Splinter just left. He couldn't do this shit no more. And she was just yelling at him like, why won't you fight me, you fucking rat ass coward piece of shit? And it's just the look that he gives her, dog. Just the look of defeat. Your daughter has been manipulated all these years to hate you. I don't know about y'all, but
since
I'd
infancy,
be sick to the bottom of my fucking stomach. The Shredder Trials. Exhibit C.
Oh gosh, what's 3?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Exhibit C, the worst father of all time. Yep.
Oh, when he freaking put her in prison?
An entire exhibit to explain to you why this man is one of the shittiest dads I've ever seen.
And freaking put her in the dungeon because she found out who her real dad is.
Technically loved his kid, but the amount of abuse he makes his 15-year-old daughter go through will make you want to pick up the phone and call CPS in a heartbeat. So, example 1. Now, we already know that he trained his daughter to be an assassin and do dirty work for him. And we know very well that Shredder does not tolerate failure. So one day she came back from a mission and she's just doing her regular routine, coming in and showing respect for her dad. Daddy, I have completed the mission. But Shredder told her,
Right. I heard you had the chance to kill one of them nigga turtles, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So tell me, why the fuck their bodies are not in front of me right now?
They escaped, duh. So they kept on arguing. And it got to a point where Karai decided to be a
Bro, low key, this man sure was on some Thanos type ish because this man was really like Thanos. This man sat on a chair for 10 years of movies and just sending random people to go get some stones for him. And this man, Shredder, ain't that different. And he just keeps sending out, he sends out every op he has to throw Fade with 4 Ninja Turtles.
Smartass. While he kept on yelling at her about how she let them escape,
while this man sits on his chair, not doing nothing all day, other than just relapsing on hatred from 40 years ago.
And this nigga snapped. He yelled at her like,
The fuck you say to me, you little shit?
So he came down and told her,
next time you ever open your fat ass mouth like that again, I will close that shit permanently. You understand me, little girl?
I understand, father.
Now fuck up my face and go kill them green niggas.
Like, no, terrible. Now add all that on to example 2, his selfishness. This man don't give a fuck about nothing else than killing Splinter, even over his daughter's priorities.
Please bring up the black hole thing. You have to. There's no other way.
Life is lifing right now, and I'm just not mentally here anymore.
Little girl, do you think I give a flying fuck about your mental right now? The only thing you need to be thinking mentally right now is how to kill that fat ass trifling rat. Now get the step in and make daddy proud.
Yes, father. Again, terrible nigga. Example 3, using his daughter as a test subject. So Shredder made a deal with the Krang to make him robotic foot soldiers. So guess who he decided to test them out on? Karai. He straight up had these niggas come in her room and jump her. And they did not hold back. They was programmed to kill her. So while she was fighting for her life, getting jumped by Terminators, one of them grabbed her and started crushing her wrist. And they was about to kill her. Until Shredder finally stopped them. So he walks in yapping like,
looks like these robots are deadlier than expected.
So Karai was like, oh my God, I thought they were gonna kill me. But you wouldn't let them do that to me, right, Dad? And this nigga looked at her dead in the face and said,
you should be lucky the skills that I taught you over the years bailed you out. If not for my skills, we'd be having a funeral for you tomorrow.
Yes,
example number
honestly.
4, denying the truth. So over time, Karai did some digging, and she ended up figuring out that
like the man answers the question with gaslighting. Like, that's how you know this man's terrible.
Mom was ripped in half, and when she went to go see Splinter, he had the full photo of him and his wife.
Lord have mercy.
So this basically explained that the only photo that this man Shredder gave her was a picture that he ripped in half because Splinter was in it. Nah, bro, this is the pettiest nigga I have ever seen. Nigga said, oh yeah, I'll give you a picture of your mom, but first let me carefully cut this bitch ass nigga out of it. Oh my God. So she goes back to Shredder and she just straight up told him,
You're not my dad.
Actually, you know what? Wouldn't she have questioned whose hand is that on the other side of the picture? Now, Shredder could have said, that's just my hand, but why would you cut out you in the picture if that was the case? Why would you not have you and her in the photo? Like, why would she never question that at all? But I guess she never cared about it.
and he walked down and told her,
damn.
Sorry, I just now thought of that.
Tiger Claw. Take her to the dungeon.
I'm sorry, I have too much ADHD to not pay attention to whose hand is that.
The next day, he came back and said,
Karai, even though Splinter is your biological father, I am still your father at the end of the day because I simply couldn't let you be raised by that piece of shit rat. Hopefully one day you come to realize I did this for your own safety.
Like, bro, this
like
man
this
is
man
really trying to justify kidnapping her when she was a baby.
Like this man is like victimizes himself all the time.
Insane. So
like he's justified every action he's done to prove that he's just the victim in all
I'm
this.
Gonna sneak this man. But Shredder was already 2 steps ahead of her. He had a whole decoy in his throne. But then he comes out the corner like,
little girl, did you really think that you could sneak?
How long has he been standing there?
Taught you how to sneak niggas in the first place?
But Karai was not trying to hear that lecture. She threw a smoke bomb and instantly dived in. But she was just hitting air the entire time. This nigga Shredder truly had ultra instinct. So then she tries to stab him, but he catches the sword. Then he tells her,
foolish child, I taught you everything I know, little nigga, so I know your every move.
So then he backhands her like my dad did when I said my first cuss word in front of him. Still to this day, I will never cuss in front of my parents. So then he pins her down and it was over. All the lights turned on in the base and he whooped her ass in front of the whole Foot Clan. So after beating her ass,
bro, no matter what you was in to get jumped.
One of the worst
Honestly.
things any Shredder has ever done. And that leads us into example 5. He decided to hang her.
Okay, and now
over
we're
a
back to the beginning of the video.
mutagen pit so he could use her as bait for Splinter and the Turtles. This was so absurd. Tiger Claw, his right-hand man, was like, my
Like the
nigga,
dude that be handling most of your business is out here questioning this.
Quiet, nigga. She will be perfectly fine. Isn't that right, my precious honey bun?
So Splinter and the Turtles pull up, and Splinter and Shredder start having a child custody battle over Karai. This shit went from TMNT to an episode of Paternity Court. But while they was fighting, some footbots end up wrapping up Splinter and pinning him down. So while that was happening, Leonardo tried to jump up and save Karai. But this man Shredder
think he just, like,
jumped up
unstick
and tried
that
to
duct
hit
tape.
him. But he hits the chain, and Karai gets dropped in a pit of mutagen.
And
So
then
she
blames
ended up getting
everyone
turned
else.
into a mindless serpent. And Shredder's just looking at her like, no! So guess what's the first thing this bastard
He blames
does?
them.
He runs down to Splinter and immediately starts blaming him, yelling at him saying,
Hamato Yoshi?
You set up the whole trap. You set up the entire trap. You lured them there with her hanging over that. If you had not played all these games, this wouldn't have happened. I'm sorry. But nah, this man is not getting away from this. This man played all these games just to get them in the room. And now he's like, what have you done? Like, oh my, I don't like people like this.
like,
Blame
nigga,
everything,
oh my
everyone
God,
else but
this
themselves.
motherfucker is allergic to taking accountability.
Accountability.
If we look at the instant replay, we can clearly see your big brolicky muscular ass hit the chain and drop your daughter in that pit of shit. And you start blaming Splinter. Okay, nigga. So I guess we just gonna blame him for everything now. We gonna blame him for taking your bitch, killing your ex, then dropping your daughter in a deadly pit of mutagen. But it's all Splinter's fault, right?
I mean, not technically deadly, but
Unbelievable.
whatever.
But if you didn't think it could get worse than this, let's go into our final example.
What are you about to say
of
next?
Father of the Year. Example 6, brainwashing your daughter. So when he got Karai back,
Oh,
after
yeah.
finding her in the streets being a wild serpent, he decided, my daughter's been a little disobedient lately. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna brainwash her so I can control her. So that's what he did. He started putting mind control worms in her brain so he
Oh,
could
yeah, I
control
forgot
her
about this
every
freaking
move
episode.
and take away her free will. Lord have mercy. First ballot Hall of Famer in the Worst Dads Hall of Fame. The Shredder Trials.
All right, what's next? So many kinds of child abuse. Yes, please,
All right,
thank
ladies and
you.
gentlemen, Exhibit D. Planetary.
Sorry if I'm talking too loud on the freaking mic, but dang it, this needs to
we
be
are now
talked
past
about.
the halfway point in this trial, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know this right now. Everything after this point is just completely outrageous, if you didn't already think so in the first place. Now, before we get to this man's planetary level feat, we have to go over some more horrific things
Not the
this man has
SML.
done. So, our first case in Exhibit D is his mutilation spree. Now, we already know he decided to turn his daughter into a flesh-eating snake hybrid, but Karai wasn't the only person he decided to mutate. Matter of fact, there's 3
Yeah,
others.
this man-
And our first victim is
Oh, yeah,
somebody
3 of them.
we all know very well. Good old Baxter
Stockman.
Yeah, this
The-
nigga
the
can't catch a
king
break. It don't matter
abused.
what iteration
The
it is.
king of
Each
being
variant of
abused.
this motherfucker just gets violated. And this one is quite possibly his worst fate. So Stockman in this universe was captured by the Foot because he was trying to steal some of Shredder's goods. So Shredder decided to put his brain to use and basically make this man, well, quite
His
literally
slave.
a slave. And
His slave,
if he
yes.
fucked up, well, he can just ask what happened to his 2003 counterpart. So in obvious Baxter Stockman fashion, this man fails
a lot.
multiple times miserably. So Shredder had enough. He put a collar on him with mutagen vials attached to it. And if he pissed him off one more time, he would set it off. So one fateful night, he walked up to bro and said,
You nappy-headed Smash Bros cut-ass nigga, what the fuck is this?
But Master Shredder,
What?
this is my human concept.
What is this
It can
man
swim,
making?
fly, it even knows Taekwondo. Come on, Master, you gotta see the vision.
Hit it with the bullshit, nigga!
So he smashed all of his shit everywhere and tells him,
You have failed me for the last time!
so he pulls out the trigger and is about to detonate it. So Stockman was
good
begging for
Lord.
dear life, but Shredder didn't care. He clicked it. So the timer started going off and this man started panicking, running
better
around like
pull
a
out them
chicken with his
dang
head
wires
cut
from the
off.
back.
So the timer stops beating and Shredder just walks away. And Stockman thinks he has been spared, but that was far from what was about to happen. The vials
Stop.
buzzed all over him. Pause. But yeah,
Pause.
mutagen was all over his body. And Stockman's fate, this man got turned into a fly.
Into a freaking fly.
Like,
I mean, it's,
bro, what is this? Out of all the animals, a fly? Insane work, bro. Then Shredder came down saying,
Look at you now, you disgusting, nasty fuck. Now be a good little housefly, or I will swat your black ass and put your guts on display. Now take some chocolate, fuck nigga.
buzz. Yes, Master Shredder. So after he made Stockman
This
his
man's
first
eat out of his
victim, he
freaking
decided
head or
to
something.
mutate 2 more victims. And that was none
And
other
that's where you
than
get Bebop and Rocksteady.
and Bebop. Now, he decided to mutate them because A, they stole his helmet one day and tried to sell it on the black market, and B, they kidnapped Karai when she was a mindless serpent and used her as ransom. These boys were just asking for a death sentence. So when they finally captured them, this man Shredder came up and he could have just killed them right here. But instead, he decided to be merciful. He said,
You niggas are going
Will
to
be my
amuse
slaves.
me.
Like this man just
So
just
first
getting
was
mutants
Bebop,
as his
and in
own
all
personal
honesty, he deserves
slaves.
it for rocking this whack ass mohawk. Like, dog, what the hell is this? No fade or nothing, not even a hairline. So he gets thrown into the pit and he starts tweaking out in there. Niggas started hitting the SIMP squash my pants. Then they smack Rocksteady's big
Bro.
ass in there. And Shredder's just watching this with joy in his face right now. Look at this sick individual just loving every second of this shit. So when they came out, Bebop got turned into a ugly ass warthog and Rocksteady a fat ass rhino. So they tried to retaliate.
Oh, dang,
They
not
was
Craven the
obviously
Hunter.
mad as hell. So
I didn't
first
see
up was
the movie,
Bebop.
but I know
Nigga
Rhino's
came
in it.
spinning on some Michael Jackson shit.
For real.
Just for Shredder to speed blitz this man and break his ribs. Nigga on his knees looking like he just ate 3 a.m. Taco Bell. Then floodgates is about to open. So then Rocksteady charges at this man, but he blocks it, grabs him by the horn, sweeps him, then rolls this fat ass
Trying to
rhino
roll like a bowling ball?
Nah, bro, this is actually insane. Y'all know how much rhinos weigh, right?
Exactly.
Rocksteady is a white rhino. That motherfucker is at least 5,000 pounds. And he just casually rolled this nigga like a bowling ball. So yeah, after he mutated them, he then beat them into submission. And now they had to work for him for the rest of their lives. And with that, we wrap up our little mutilation case. Now, Case 2 of Exhibit D, the 1v8. Now, Shredder has had multiple fights with the Turtles, and to be quite honest with you, the result of every fight is usually the same as always. Shredder beats the living dog crap out of them until they are on the brink of death and have to retreat. But this one, however, though, was a little bit more nastier than usual. Because instead of just fighting 4 turtles, this man
Also
got
freaking
jumped by a
mutanimals.
total of 8 mutants and lived to tell the tale. Now this is actually
Exactly.
insane. First off, the other 4 mutants that are with the turtles
Are much
the mutant
stronger
aliens.
and
These 4
bigger than they
consist of
are.
Slash,
One of them
an
literally has
oversized turtle that is
telekinesis.
built like Bowser,
Yeah.
Leatherhead, a ginormous mutant gator straight out of Florida, a telekinetic monkey, and this pigeon nigga.
Not
I don't know what the fuck this is, to be honest with you. But them and the turtles had this
Fair,
man Shredder
honestly.
surrounded. So logically thinking, you see this and you're like, oh my God,
Hey,
it's
this man
over
about to
for
get
Shredder.
jumped.
This man's about to get
Nah.
jumped. No. Quite the opposite exactly.
How do you beat
This
the
man
guy with
started laying
telekinesis,
hands on
though?
all 8 of these niggas. He
Nah,
tried to
low-key, the
swing
monkey
just
was
into
putting in
that
no
fat-ass
work.
Gator. He picked up this 1,000-pound gator and just slammed him. This man is a Florida man. And just look, he hasn't even moved from the same spot. Pause and replay. He just grabbed that nigga pigeon out out of the air,
and chucked him
across the room while still getting jumped and surviving psychic attacks. So he starts laying the feet and the hands on their ass. Replay again. Look at what he just did to Caesar. Nigga whipped his leg back, had this nigga in the spinal position.
There's been eyes pop out of his head.
Out of his sockets right now. Then throws this curious monkey along with Michelangelo and Donatello. So right after that, the heavyweights come up and try to sneak him, but Shredder hit these boys with the shing, shing, shing. Sent these boys packing. But wait, make some room, because here comes Nigga Pigeon. I don't even know where bro came from. He just flew out of nowhere. So while Shredder continued to fight Leonardo and Raphael in the same spot, by the way, this man has not moved away from the circle once. He ends up knocking both of them out, and this man just won a 1v8 with relative ease. He didn't even break a sweat, and he didn't move from the circle once. Like, that is insane. And the only reason they all ended up living after this is because a statue fell on them. And you best believe they was out of there.
They got out of there.
It may have been a 1v8, but this was a losing battle. So when they finally got Shredder out of the rubble,
and then survived
for a second just to charge up his scream. And then he just let it all out. This man was pissed. The nigga turtles got bailed out once again. But anyways, charge-wise, to sum it up, that's like 8 attempted murders. Along with the child abuse and the animal abuse. Like, good God, bro. This man is having a historic roundtable run. So, now we get to the point where this man put the entire planet at risk multiple times.
I'm sorry I'm so excited about this, but this is insane.
So Shredder had a mutual alliance with the Crane, and they had a very great business relationship. After taking one of them hostage, beating them to death, selling a literal child to them, and mutually hating the Turtles, they had a very great working relationship. So one day, the Crane came to Shredder with a proposal. They proposed that you help us take over New York and the world, and in return, we will help you turn your daughter back from a mindless serpent into a human again. So Shredder decided to take the deal. Because A, this nigga does not give a f about humanity. I mean, he literally could not care less. And B, they made him another offer that he couldn't refuse. They were gonna bring him Splinter. So when he heard this, he jumped out his seat with joy. He was like,
oh yeah, go on ahead. Fuck up this whole damn planet. I don't give a fuck. Just bring me that ugly ass rock.
So, exactly 1 day later, the Crane invade Earth. They are fucking up everything. It is literally doomsday out here. The Crane crime is out here squirting on niggas' paws. And then look at his next part, bro. This poor kid is trying to protect his little sister, trying to get to safety, and he ends up running into Shredder just ore farming. That kid looked at him for 2 seconds and dipped out of there. Little nigga felt that aura and his fight or flight senses kicked in. So after this man put the whole city on fire and mean mugged this kid,
I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was to send somebody after that kid.
Leonardo lacking so hard. Leo was just out in the streets trying to help, and he ended up running into Shredder and his goons, ready to jump this nigga. So Shredder said,
boys, cook that nigga.
So they start jumping and stomping Leonardo out. So bro tried to fight back, and my God, he did
this man still wins the 1v3.
Right,
and then this man just comes out of nowhere.
You could see from his face. He's behind me, isn't he?
Hi, how are you?
So after jumping Leonardo and sending him to the Shadow Realm, he ends up encountering Splinter. So Splinter straight up told him, where is my son? And Shredder told him exactly.
Oh, I just took him. Just like your daughter.
And then this man just starts laughing. This is a sick nigga, dog. He will not stop until he takes everything from this man. So Shredder starts beating the life out of him, throwing him into forklifts and multiple steel pipes just dropping on him. So Shredder walks
and
up
then
to
this
Splinter,
man goes into like Ultra Instinct mode right here. Hold on,
bro. Grabbing another man by his beard is crazy. So he pulls out the blade and he's like,
this is for taking my bitch, you thieving, conniving motherfucker.
But Leatherhead comes out of nowhere, straight out of Orlando, and starts biting
and then starts trying to eat this man,
slamming him and shit. Good God. And he throws him in the rafters. So you gotta think, no way anybody survives that. Bro literally got ate. Like he was feasting on him. But Leatherhead,
like, bro, you know the jaw strength on a freaking alligator?
That this man Shredder is a certified
or crocodile, I don't know.
He came up and started whooping this gator's ass. Then he just starts beating his sides in. That nigga Leatherhead started crying for help. This was just outrageous. Then he runs at this gator at full speed and drop kicks him, sending this 1,000-pound gator back to the sewers. Bro said, you should have stayed your ass in Florida, nigga. So after that happened, Splinter ended up getting a rage boost.
Yeah, this man
and he runs at
goes
Shredder and spears
rage
him,
mode.
and they start falling down to the sewers. So when they fell in the sewers, the turtles and everybody ended up seeing this, but they were blocked off, so they couldn't help at all. And Shredder was excited. He said,
Yeah. Watch closely, kids. Pay attention to how your daddy dies.
Shredder was enjoying every second beating this man in front of his kids. So then he threw some smoke in his face, and he jumps up and tries to kill him. But Splinter ends up using his ult, and he ends up getting a critical hit on this man. Sent this
Like
man
how he says
packing
he's
into
using
a
his
wall.
ult.
So Splinter thought it was over, and it was for him. Shredder smacks this man upside the head, knocking him on the ground, then started beating him to death. This was so brutal they didn't even show it. Then he picked up his body, walked over to the water,
And threw him into a freaking
his body
sewer
in
vortex?
and flushed him down the toilet in front of his kids, and they couldn't do nothing about it. And he just looked at him like, "You're next," and left. So the repercussions after this were wild. First, New York got completely taken over by aliens because of this
Mass
man.
terrorism.
Second, Leonardo became
Well,
a
yeah, I guess he wasn't
vegetable
aid to
after
mass
getting
terrorism.
jumped. And last but not least, the Foot Clan ended up finding Splinter's body. And this man wasn't even the same. He was in a feral state. Shredder beat him so hard he broke his mind. So he decided, you know what? Instead of killing you, I'm gonna lock you up in a cage
Yeah, it's
so I
my
can
pet.
watch you rot. And then I'm gonna restore your mind at the last minute before I kill you, so you can know that it was me. This man is a sick individual.
You can hear the claps in the audio this man's
I have to tip
saying.
my hat to it because this is ridiculous.
I don't know if y'all can, but I definitely
that
can.
was only the first time this man put the planet at risk. Let's talk about the second time he did it, and the moment
Yes.
that made him a top 5 hater of all time. Case
Thank
4,
you.
destroying Earth.
Please.
So some time passes after the Krang invasion,
Oh
and the
my
Triceratops
gosh,
race decides to come
this
to
man
Earth
is
and plant a
stupid.
bomb that will activate a black hole and destroy the planet. So the Turtles and Splinter needed all the help that they could get, even if it meant teaming up with their arch nemesis, Shredder. Because the planet is literally on the line right now.
Like, he had
Shredder and
nothing to
Splinter
gain
both
from
swallow
this.
their pride and make a temporary
He knew
alliance
dang well
so
what was
they
gonna
all don't
happen and
die.
still
So
did
they
it.
go off to battle and beating the ever-living crap out of these Triceratops. Shredder was murdering these niggas, quite literally. So they all end up getting to Central Park, and there is a massive battle just going on right now. And they have to hurry because the bomb is about to go off. They got about a good minute left. So Splinter ends up taking off to try to defuse it, but Shredder looked over and saw the time, and he was like, he's not gonna make it. So guess what Shredder does? He takes off right behind him, and when Splinter reaches for the bomb, he stabs this man in the back, dooming the planet. Oh my God! So the bomb ends up going off, and Splinter
And what's the next thing he says?
So Tiger Claw was like, nigga, what the fuck have you done? And all Shredder said was,
Hamato Yoshi is dead. I could not give a fuck about this planet. All y'all niggas can die because I'm dying at peace.
Elite hated.
Elite! Like, come on! This man sacrificed every life on Earth just to finally kill his enemy. This man was not gonna die unless Splinter was dead. Granted, he still succeeded. I'm pretty sure he's gonna talk about it in this video. He still succeeded in killing Splinter before he could die. So literally, as long as Splinter was dead first, he literally did not care about anything. Even if he somehow died before Splinter, I bet you this man would have found his way out of hell like freaking Stickman and came back to run the fade. Like, that's how much I think this man hates him.
This man just destroyed the Earth, killing billions and sacrificing himself just so his op could die. And the Earth got sucked up in a black hole and went kaboom. Ah, man. How many people are in the world? This man just caught 8 billion bodies.
Yeah, I mean, back then it was probably like still 7 billion. It was
Shredder's in the Hall of Fame.
2015 when that season
Black
came
Air
out.
Force Hall of Famer. Now, luckily for these niggas, they got bailed out because good old Dr. Honeycutt came down and helped them reverse things, even though that timeline and version of Earth is just straight up cooked. But in the reverse timeline, Splinter caught Shredder trying to sneak him. The bomb got defused and Shredder got his ass whooped. Splinter cooked this man out of rage, hitting all of his vital points, bringing him to his knees, then walked up to him and finished him off. Shredder was done. Splinter left this man on the brink of death and paralyzed, and it was a mercy that he didn't kill him after what he did. But unfortunately for Splinter, him sparing Shredder right here was the biggest mistake he could have ever made. Because this could have prevented.
And then came back with a vengeance.
The Shredder Trials. Exhibit E. Ladies and gentlemen,
and we still got almost
the end.
We still got like 20 minutes left
of the Shredder trial.
Oh no, you're gonna go devious with this last one because it's all 20 minutes long.
Monstrous, mentally unstable version of this nigga. His final form. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Shredder. So after Shredder lost to Splinter, after destroying Earth and ruining a whole timeline, he was on the brink of death. Splinter beat his ass so bad he put that nigga on life support. And his mental state is the worst it's ever been. The nigga was already delusional, but now he's literally mentally ill. So he told Baxter Stockman, "Shoot me up with mutagen." So Stockman's ass was like, "Master Shredder, buzz. I don't know about that one." Shredder grabbed his throat and told him,
this man was dang near paralyzed and still grabbed him by the throat.
Oh, yes, master. So Stockman shot this man up with all the mutagen they had, and he started transforming into a monster.
And started
nigga
tweaking.
grew Wolverine claws and had blades coming out his whole body. And look how he just bitch slaps Baxter Stockman for the fuck of it. And this man fully transformed into the Super Shredder. This was a living nightmare. This man was already strong as hell as a regular human. And you gave this nigga powers? Good God. Everybody was fucked. So Super Shredder's first order of business was to deal with his daughter because she took over the foot. So they pull up on the foot. You just hear this man Shredder walking. Doom, doom, doom. With them ugly ass, nasty ass, size 25 ass.
X23.
Nigga had the whole room shook when he entered. And here
X23
comes this mentally ill nigga talking about,
My daughter, I did this for you. To kill that rat that killed your mother.
But she was not having that. She said, ew,
this
gross.
man's still doing
Back the fuck away from me. So she sends the foot ninja at him, but they got washed, thrown around like rag dolls. So Karai and Shinigami try to attack this man. They get thrown across the room. And my God, what happened to old girl right here is a travesty. She tried to be saucy and shit, using these bats as camouflage and flipping and shit. So she kicks this man twice in the head, no reaction, then pulls out her knives and slices him through the heart. But then she realized, oh my God, I forgot to sharpen these bitches. So after she took a hammer fist to the dome, he's about to step on Shorty with them long ass, unclipped ass toenails. But Karai jumps on him with her snake form, but he gives her a right hook, chokes her, then slams her on the ground repeatedly till she was unconscious. And with that, y'all already know what we about to do. Hit that nigga with assault, child abuse, attempted murder, everything, nigga, fuck. You still consider her your daughter and you just gonna beat her like that? God damn, you didn't have to pick her up and slam her on the ground 3 times, nigga. And then you gave her best friend the nastiest concussion I've ever seen. Shorty gonna have a case of CTE that's never been seen before. So after he beat the hell out of them and took Karai hostage, the turtles pulled up in they raggedy ass whip and they saw Shredder and they were shook. So they tried to ram bro, but Shredder picked up the car and threw that bitch across the block. Yep, hell nah, bro. Me personally, I'm skipping town.
I've been
if
out.
I see a nigga that just picked up a 4,000-pound car that was speeding down the road at least 60 miles an hour and throw that bitch to the side, I'm out. No, bro, I value my life. So after this, Shredder decided to use Karai as bait again to get Splinter to come out of hiding. So later on, when they went after Shredder in the sewers, they ended up seeing some of the most disturbing things ever. Shredder had pictures laid out, and he just started talking in the background saying,
Gaze upon these pictures, rat, of all the things you've taken from me. You took my bitch, and One thing, you stole my daughter.
Like this.
This man is actually insane. Like, and the thing is, you can tell he genuinely believes this, which is the scariest thing I possibly have ever seen. Like, it's one thing for a man to not take accountability, but this man is taking it to the point where he genuinely thinks that is what happened. Like, it's not even to avoid taking accountability. I think he genuinely thinks everything that he's done is his fault. Like, that's the most scary thing.
Disturbed. They got to the second floor and it got worse.
There's more of
pictures everywhere. This shit looked like a Silent Hill level. All the pictures just being lit on fire. So Splinter kept on running through this maze till he finally found Karai as she was hanging from the fucking roof. So then Shredder just started walking down the tunnel and Splinter was shook. He saw bro up close and he was terrified. Looking at him like, oh my God, he did all this just to kill me? So Splinter started swinging, but to no avail. This man didn't move an inch. And just off this interaction, you knew how this fight was gonna go. Shredder punches this man into a wall. Then while he's out of breath, he just curb stomps him. And you knew that shit was brutal because the screen cut to black. You only saw an impact frame, and it just got worse from here. Splinter tried to jump up, but got grabbed and threw this man like Hulk did to Loki, ragdolling him. Karai couldn't even look at this shit. This was the beating of the century. So Splinter started running for his life, going deeper and deeper into the sewers, while Shredder was just tracking him down. So when they got down to this one part that looked like an arena out of a fighting game, Splinter tried to come out and sneak him, but he got grabbed, slammed into a wall, then ate another right hook. And it gets even more brutal. Nigga started throwing him, bouncing him off the
bro,
walls,
is all this stuff just under New York City sewers?
Slam him into another wall. And this fight was all but over. Shredder was about to kill Splinter for a second time, but his arm started tweaking out because of the mutagen. But even though his arm was having a seizure, it didn't stop him. Man still threw him and shatters his ankle with them size 25 ass feet. So with all hope lost, Splinter decided to protect my family. I'm gonna have to sacrifice myself. So he throws a kunai at some conveniently placed bombs, and they both fall down into a seamlessly never-ending pit. So while they're free-falling, they're still throwing hands. Splinter's throwing rights while Shredder's dragging them down a pillar. They was going so crazy, Splinter Mike Tyson that nigga bit his ass. Probably gave him rabies since he a rat. But Shredder ends up hitting a steel beam, and Splinter keeps on falling, and he hits a steel beam on the back of his head. And then he hit another one, and then he hit another one.
Like, bro, this man's Splinter is durable because he still survived that.
He survived this is insane. But that man was walking no time soon. His leg was shattered.
I guess it's true what they say. Freaking New York rats are built different because this man survived what should have been, like the first pillar alone should have killed that.
Turned into a straight spaghetti noodle. And Shredder, yeah, he climbed out of the pit. Not surprising at all. But Shredder was not done beating on these niggas. Because later on the surface, you just see Leonardo go flying into a car while Shredder just walking up trying to kill this man. So he grabs him and tries to squeeze the life out of him. But April and Karai come in and save this man, thinking that they could hold this man back. But they ended up realizing that this man Shredder don't give a damn if you man, woman, reptile, or rat. He's still gonna beat your ass regardless. So April threw a hot dog stand at this nigga with her force abilities, but this was just crazy. Bro turned and thunderclapped her.
What?
When dude mutated, he really took half of Hulk's moveset. This is ridiculous. First the throw slam, and now the thunderclap. Oh my goodness.
His whole
so they keep on fighting. Karai stabs him in the neck, but she ends up getting backhanded, and he kicks April and sends her rolling. But she uses the force again, pushes that man back, and lo and behold, guess who came to join the fight? So with the help of Truck Coon, they had to think this man was dead. It was a truck taker for Christ's sake. The nigga blew up the block. But soon they realized this was no ordinary menace. Bro ate that shit. This man just ate a full-powered attack from Truck Coon. Then he decided to pick it up and
this man deflected an isekai. Like, that's how powerful he is.
April had this for shit, because her little ass would have been squashed. But you know who did get squashed? Leonardo. Bro ran at him at full speed trying to recover, jumps up, Superman punch, slams him on the ground, and is about to kill him. But here come Karai trying to plead and get through to this man. And then here comes Shredder ugly like, daughter,
Please, I didn't mean to hurt you. Please call me father.
But she looked at this man dead in the face and told him,
You're not my dad!
so Shredder was cooked.
Pop
She punched
Mutagen
this
out
man
his
in the
eye?
heart, physically and mentally. So he had to retreat because he knew his
This man's
emotions would
having a
get the best
seizure.
of him. And after that whole sequence, this man done caught I don't know how many cases of attempted murder and assault. This shit is not countable anymore, along with the child abuse and the animal
Let's be
abuse.
honest,
Like,
this should have been
damn.
actual
so when
murder
Shredder got
because
back to base,
they shouldn't
this
have
man
survived
started
that. Let's be
fiending for
real.
more mutagen. He told Stockman,
Hey nigga, I need some more of that good shit.
What's this
even
man's
Tiger Claw
hand?
tried to stop him, but he punched him across the room and slammed Stockman's head and said,
Shoot me up with that good shit. No!
"Oh yes, master." So Shredder shot more
He stood
mutagen
me
into
with the
him,
daggone
making this
bone
man a
balls.
whole fucking addict. And with doing that, Shredder lost all emotional attachments. He did not care for Karai anymore. In all actuality, the nigga actually woke up from his delusional last dream. Nigga finally realized, damn, that ain't my daughter. That's my biggest ops daughter. So shit, I might as well just go kill the bitch. And that's what he decided to do. All his weaknesses were gone. So later on, he finds Karai.
It's like it took this man overdosing on alien mutagen to finally get it across his head of his delusions. Like that's the crazy thing. It took this man overdosing on some stuff that's not meant for human consumption just to get it across his
Karai's
head.
hideout that's got multiple mutants in there, and he busts down the door and just starts going off. Leatherhead tried to tackle him. He boots his big ass gator, slash his kick to the side. Telekinetic monkey man comes in from the top rope, but gets rocked.
Oh shit!
Then slashing.
Why does the guy with telekinesis still go for the physical
Nigga hit a whole
attacks?
combo on this fat ass gator, then threw him into a whole PC setup, and the whole thing just caught on fire. That's how you know that PC was a straight toaster. And after he set the place on fire, he straight up told
He's
Karai,
gonna put out the flame with one step.
Bitch.
and this man held nothing back at all. She was having to fight for her life. She even told them, yo, we're all gonna die in this fire if you don't stop. But this is when we knew this man had no more attachments.
Lost it.
He told her,
It is fitting that you die in a fire, just like your mother.
he
Oh,
didn't
nah.
even care
Bro,
about
people
Kang
start
Chen
to
no more.
dilate.
He straight up acknowledges now, yo, I killed that bitch, and I'm about to do the same to you. So with all her rage, she tried to stab this man
Which
in
did
the
nothing.
heart, but the sword broke. And just by this face, she knew she was about to see her
It was a
mama.
wrap.
Shredder electric when God fists her ass off of the second floor. And then she also had debris of the building landing on her. She was cooked, and Shredder looked at her lifeless body and walked away, leaving her to burn alive. Man. Yeah, that's arson, attempted murder, assault, animal abuse, etc. He laid out every motherfucker
Every single one in that building.
1v5 and wiped the whole team. So after this, Karai had to go to the hospital. I'm surprised her ass ain't died. But I mean, shit, I guess it's kind of
Like, huh?
impressive. You survived the
Bro,
short
where'd she get
you from a
medical- where'd she get
500
hospital
pound
insurance?
nigga with pure muscle. Even though her neck broke as fuck, at least she get to live another day. But after this, Splinter said enough is enough. I'm killing this nigga tonight. So later that night on top of this skyscraper, Splinter and a team that consisted of Raphael, April, Slash, and Casey's sorry ass decided to confront Shredder. So
Okay,
they
yeah, this is
patiently
the
waited
part.
on top of this building until he appeared.
This man went through a whole building to
So
catch
the
the
final
fade.
showdown between Rat and Super Nigga began, and both these men knew tonight one of us is not leaving this rooftop alive. So they get to squabbling, and Shredder's already sitting in both flying. And look at him, he crawling for dear life, trying to not get squashed, but he gets grabbed, got flung in the air, then gets his spine shattered. So then here comes Slash, oversized ass, coming to get his ass whooped again, just to get twirled around, then throws this obese turtle into this sign. Bro really hit him
And
with the
for-
Mario
not only through the
64
sign, but dang,
Bowser
making it
ass
all the way
throw.
to
You
the
know there's
front.
got to be a reference because bro looks like
So,
Bowser's fat
yeah,
ass.
I
So then here
was-
comes Raphael with a Kasumaki Senpuka,
type of-
but this did nothing but just piss him
what
off.
type
He
of
jumped on this
stripes
man's back
are you
and started stabbing him, while Casey was hitting him with drive-bys. But he slams him off of him and pounds his face
Yes.
in. Niggas started beating this shit like y'all nasty niggas when y'all saw Sue Storm. So he boosts Raphael across the building, and he ends up hitting Casey, and he started flying off the building. That man started falling 30 floors high. So then here come April, mad as shit. And wait a
Going
minute,
to Super
stop.
Saiyan.
That hair, I've seen you
Vegeta.
somewhere before.
Oh no, I'm a new
Oh no,
superhero.
even worse.
I'm
Syndrome.
Syndrome!
So the reincarnation of Syndrome started
even
throwing
think of
debris
that. I thought he was
at
gonna
him.
say
Syndrome in this
Vegeta. I was
universe
so
was still sorry as hell. Bro got crushed in one hit. You should have listened to Mr. Incredible all those years when he told you, go home, kid. Because you still sorry as hell. So with everybody cooked, it was all up to Splinter. So Splinter entered a flow state and started cooking. He pushed bro back and gave him this crazy midair 6-kick combo. Then ended up cutting off both of his claws in succession. And he actually brought Super Shredder to his knees. But sadly for Splinter, this was the beginning of the end. When he walked up to deliver the final blow, Shredder smacks this man upright, bounces him like a basketball,
ricocheted him off the
runs
ground.
up to him, then grabs his face and starts beating the life out of him, throwing him like a frisbee and shit. This was terrible. So while Splinter was just down and out, and Shredder started running towards him, he had one little trick left up his sleeve. He had a little rope in his sword that he used to trip Shredder up and make him glide and fall off the building. So Raphael and them was happy as shit, thinking that they
And
beat
this is
Shredder.
when it all
But
went wrong.
Dear God, the worst was yet to come.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
Stab this nigga!
This man not only climbed back up the building,
And Shredder
but
could finally
oh
say,
gosh.
for the second time and permanently,
Matoyoshi is dead!
throws this man's corpse off the building, falling all the way from the top of that roof and dying. So I guess second time's the charm, because Splinter was dead. No coming back to life this time. Shredder won. He completed his lifelong crusade of hatred and killed the man he hated the most, his own brother. All over a bitch.
yes.
Oh my God! You killed your brother over a shorty! Not once, but twice! This is a type of hatred I've never seen before. Oh, there's a disturbance in the force with this one. And you know what's crazy? Karai didn't even get to go to the funeral because her ass was
He's still in the
coma.
hospital.
This man teared a whole family apart over some damn coochie. Lord have mercy, my brothers. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. So after this tragedy,
And you know what the crazy thing is? This man probably didn't have no other purpose in life after he succeeded. Like, what else did this man do after he killed Splinter? Like, I don't even think he went after the turtles. I think the turtles went to jump him. Like if this man, like after he killed Splinter, this probably really had no other like reason to live, honestly. This man really didn't have no life other than this freaking hatred. So like this man probably would have just sat in a room and starved to death, not caring about nothing else in life. Because
said,
he
nah,
just finally
this
succeeded.
nigga gotta die. We inheriting the beef. So they dressed up in all black for this man's funeral because they was about to slide on his ass. So later that day, they arrived to Shredder's crib and he was waiting for these boys. This nigga was standing on top of the roof with a Molotov just ore farming. So he lit his $2.5 million mansion on fire just so they could all get on the roof. This man is sacrificing literally anything and everything to end their bloodline. First his body and now his crib. So the final battle started and they was jumping Shredder in perfect sync. But even though they were masters of jump jitsu, it still didn't work. Shredder was still beating them like they stole something. This man kicked Michelangelo so hard, the nigga swung his body like 6 times. Then after this, he full sends him across the roof. So at this point, Shredder just started singling him out. First he goes after Donatello. Sweet Chin Music's his smart ass and eliminates him from the battle. Next was Mikey, and you cannot tell me this man is not taking this seriously right now. This man is emoting, doing his little dancey dance.
Yes.
So he came down, but Shredder just dodged it, grabs his nunchuck, slams him on a vent, then punching him out the arena. Mikey got fucking clobbered. So Leonardo and Raphael were the last two standing, and this evisceration just didn't stop. Look at what he just did to Raphael. He just casually grabbed this man, then flipped like an acrobat, then planted his face in the ground. This is just nasty work at this point. But Raphael was not about to go out like that. Because out of all the turtles, this nigga is a fucking menace. He started whooping this nigga, slamming him through walls, then slammed his face on this pipe, repeatedly until he broke this man's neck. And he just looking at his hunched over body like, yeah, nigga, fuck you talking about, cuz?
And then proceeds to get worse.
But even though Raphael turned into the reincarnation of King Von for a second, that man still got up and said, get off my property. That man told Satan's greatest soldier, stay your ass in hell, nigga. So the last man standing was, of course, Leonardo. So Shredder continues his onslaught and proceeds to beat this man to death. That man Leonardo was fighting for any ounce of plot armor he could get because his ass was about to see God. So he ends up breaking his arm and full sends him about 20 yards. And this looks like the end for the Ninja Turtles. Shredder walked up to his body and said,
This is the end, Nigga Turtle.
But that last bit of plot armor kicked in for Leonardo. He ends up seeing Splinter's Force Ghost, and Splinter told him, my son, I swear to God, if you do not kill this nigga, I cannot rest in peace. Wake up, my son. Kill this hating ass nigga. So Leonardo tapped into the Avatar state, and he done officially inherited the beef. He got Splinter's spirit in him now. So he starts going crazy and puts Shredder in a whole blender.
Yes.
So then he picked back up his sword.
It
And with all
decapitates
his
this man.
rage and his hatred passed down from his daddy to him, he ended the cycle. Leonardo decapitated this man. And after he decapitated, bro, Leonardo walked back over to
With
everybody.
his head.
With his head, displayed it, and drops this man's head on the ground, finally putting an end to the Shredder.
I lied.
Wait a minute, is that the same version?
Now hold on there. You thought this was over, didn't you? You thought we was gonna glaze the nigga in the trial and get ready for the next video. No, nigga, we're not done. There is something that this man did that cannot be ignored. And that is why we are having a special exhibit. Exhibit S.
Oh, never mind. I'm about to say.
The bat. So Shredder decided to
Okay, so we just got a
expand his
special
criminal
edition. Okay,
empire.
that's why
So
the rest of this
city
video
he
was
chose
so
to
much
expand
longer.
his operations in is none other than
All
like
right,
the
we're
most
here for
dangerous
it.
city of all time, Gotham. And I mean, why not? It's fucking open season over there. I mean, criminals break out of Arkham every day because the security's just ass. Like dead ass. It happens every Saturday. These niggas gotta be blind or something. But
The guy just got done playing Arkham Asylum freaking last month. Brought Joker in and bro caused chaos on day one. I was sitting there for so long fighting all my people. Oh my gosh. Crazy thing, I had to go into different prison cells just to get all these dudes back in prison.
Garbage. If you are a criminal here, there is.
And the crazy thing is, when you're done playing the game, you walk around dang near the whole prison, and there's no more bodies left. Like the only police officers that are still alive are the ones that you've saved. And there's only like a few in each building.
One man.
Everyone else has been killed in that building.
That is none other than a rich man in a bat suit. So one fateful night, Batman was getting jumped by a bunch of foot ninja, but by nobody's surprise, these boys are light work for this man. Just another day in the office for Gotham's greatest detective. So after he finishes whooping every single one of their asses, he picks up this one foot ninja and starts interrogating him like, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck are you in my city? But right when the foot ninja started speaking, he catches a shuriken to the dome, and it was by none other than Shredder. This man was not playing around. He said snitches get stitches. I mean, you already know the nigga does not like rats. So why would you decide to be a rat? So Batman tried to get him down with his grappling gun.
Oh yeah, I
but
guess Splinter
Shredder
wasn't in this
turned
movie.
around and just cut that junk off. So he decides to drop down to the ground because he's already made his decision to run the hands. And he wanted this too. He said,
I know who you are, Bat. Do you know what this would do for my legacy if I beat your ass? So me versus you, one-on-one, no prep time, nigga.
So
Okay,
Shredder
Batman
threw a
was
smoke bomb
working
and
him in
the
this
battle for
fight.
the best hand throw on the planet began. So Shredder comes in swinging, but Batman activates that Ultra Instinct. But Shredder does a good flip move, knee to the torso, and he got that man Batman staggered. Then he grabs my goat and throws
Okay, he's
him
just
across
fighting
the
Ra's
room.
al Ghul.
And that man Batman was shook. He was like, holy shit, I ain't never fought no nigga like this. And what makes it worse, this nigga ain't give me no fucking prep time.
I mean, the funny thing is, Ra's is still in this movie, but low-key, that is just who he's fighting, low-key.
Another level. Bro started punching through the batarangs. Batman couldn't even zone this man out.
Nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit?
So Shredder gets back in range and starts pressuring him again. But Shredder whips a roundhouse, gets the other one blocking his leg taken out. Then Batman grabs his head and slams it on the rail. So then this man Shredder was shook. He was thinking, God damn, This motherfucker just gave me at least stage 2
I see these ain't no
CTE.
turtles.
But
You
Batman was
gotta-
not done with the counter
you
game.
gotta
Shredder gets
square
up
up
against
now.
countered again and slammed on the ground. Then he gets up again, starts trying to run his offense, but he gets countered again. Oh, Master Bruce is
Like, low-key, this when Batman was working.
In with a roundhouse, but Shredder blocks his strikes, slams his head on the control panel, but then he went in for the killing blow and missed. But then here go Batman.
Like, I still think Batman probably would have won this fight if he didn't go for that last move.
Then booted him off of him. Then he blocks his next strike, then shatters his other claw. So then he judo throws him, then knees this man's head into a control panel. Hit him so hard.
Like, Batman would have won this fight if he didn't go for this last
Shredder was
move.
not about to get bitched like this. He gets up and lands a nice ass combo, then shatters this man's throat. Jesus! There's no wonder Batman be talking like this half the damn time. Cause this man just deleted his trachea. So Batman kicks him off of him. And both these boys was cooked. They was putting it all on the line for their legacy. This was that once in a lifetime John Cena versus The Rock match. Braun versus Steph, Christmas Day. These niggas was leaving it all on the court. So Batman jumps down.
Yeah, like,
And
if he didn't
when
do this
jumped,
move,
fight
he
was
probably
over.
would have won.
Shredder started charging up the Sato Oshi strike, a legendary Foot Clan technique that will kill you on impact. And it is also deadly to the person that uses it. That's how you know this man Shredder was putting it all on the line. So he hits this man Batman dead in the chest, and it was over. This man's soul left his body, and he got flung into some steel pipes. And Batman, my goat, was cooked. Internal bleeding like crazy and knocked the out. Even Shredder was struggling to get up after using that attack. Now, obviously, Batman survived this attack. Because, I mean, let's be for real, this is the same nigga that dodged a fucking Omega Beam, but it was all worth it to him. Because Shredder could say officially for his legacy, he beat Batman one-on-one with straight hands. The Shredder Trials. Conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final spreadsheet of the 2012 Shredder. And all I gotta say is, damn. Just damn. Now, since this is the end of the Shredder.
And that's from the only human version of him, mind you. The other two was an alien and a demon. This one was only a human and still cut all these charges.
If I had to rank the 3 Shredders that we did, I would rank them as follows. Bronze medal, Tengu. Silver medal, Utrom. And first place goes to none other than the 2012 Shredder. And there is a reason why. With Utrom, I would say he is the purest of evil out of all of them. But the reason that I put the 2012 version over this man is because he's also pure evil, but the lengths of hatred he went to are insane. Trying to kill a man over a bitch, taking his daughter, killing your ex, killing your dad, annihilating your clan, raising and gaslighting the daughter to hate her actual father, then being one of the worst dads to ever grace the planet, and speaking of the planet, sacrificing it and yourself to kill the man you hated the most, then sacrificing your humanity to kill him again. That is why I have put this man at the #1 spot. So congratulations to 2012 and Utrom, you have made the round table.
Yes.
Sorry, Tengu, but you didn't make the cut, nigga. Oh, so sad. Anyways, man, that concludes the Shredder trials. Now, I know this video was long as shit. So, if you made it this far, drop a like so I can see if people actually listen to me yap for like an hour. And yes, the elephant in the room,
Yes.
I know I was gone for like 3 months, my nigga, I'm sorry. So, to make up for that, 2 videos a month till the summer. I'm not saying a whole year yet because I gotta see if I can do this shit first. But I gotta believe in myself. Dear God, help me.
And there you have it, folks. This man Shredder ain't, bro. Man, I've been trying to talk about this stuff ever since I saw them episodes. Like, oh my gosh. But hey, I guess we've been blessed with this man CJ the Champ to finally unleash these thoughts that I've been holding in for so long regarding this series. But anyway, that was it for this one. Hope